Hi, my name is Melody Hardwick. I'm an ESL teacher at Alcoa Middle School, and this is the ELPA21 Standards training for Alcoa City Schools, and this is a compilation from the ESL team. So what is ELPA21? ELPA21 stands for English Language Proficiency Assessment for the 21st century. Tennessee changed from WIDA to ELPA21 last year for a language assessment. So we use this for screening students that English is not their first language, and we also use it to assess their language proficiency each spring. So we have a screener, a summative, and we also have an alternative assessment for students who qualify, and the grade bands are K, 1 through 2, 3 through 5, 6 through 8, and 9 through 12. There is always a process of identification. For Alcoa City Schools, we follow the Tennessee state requirements. The first step is the home language survey, and all 3 questions must be answered for that. And then we screen if appropriate. Then we are required to provide a notification of services to parents and guardians. And then we create an ILP and we determine services for that child. This is a breakdown of the ELPA21 standards. 1 through 7 involve language necessary for the L to engage in the content. These are specific to the content, and these are supposed to be added to teachers' lesson plans in order to meet the language needs of that child. 8, 9, and 10 are kind of micro-level linguistic features that are in addition to those first 7 standards. Okay, so with ELPA21, there are 3 main levels. When we give a screener or the summative or the alt, the results place them in these levels. The first level is emerging, that's level 1 or 2. Progressing, at least one domain is below of level 4, and at least one domain is above a 2. So the levels are 1 through 5. And then proficient is level 4 or 5 in all 4 domains. And as a reminder, the domains are listening, reading, writing, and speaking. So these levels really help you as educators and help parents or guardians understand where the student is with their language acquisition. They measure and track their progress, and they determine eligibility for exit. A lot of our students have met those requirements, and we're very proud of them. They help inform classroom instruction, identify resources for students and teachers, and provide evidence of program effectiveness. So if a student is not making progress, we need to look at some of these elements to see what we can do to help them. This is an example of a score report, and many of you have probably already seen that this year. You can also click on the link here if you would like another example that you can print out. It tells you what the child scored in each domain, and then it describes what they should be able to do at that level. TN Pulse is the program that we use in Tennessee for IEPs, ILPs, 504s, and ILPDs. So when we create an ILP, it's an individual learning plan for English learners, and it includes demographic information, assessment data, program information, goals, which should be created from the classroom teacher and the ESL teacher, input from parents, input from the students, the teachers, growth trajectories, accommodation and modifications for classroom and for assessments, formative and summative. And it is a living document. So it is updated throughout the year, it changes, and it should be changing all throughout the year. Here are some links to some resources. We have the ESL manual, we have the ILP overview, the Tennessee Department of Ed ILP website, and the ESL rule. And that is it. Your ESL teachers will be getting with you about your specific students throughout the year. But this, if you will click on this link, you can sign that you have received training for 2025, 2026. And we hope you have a great year.